Imran Khan may dismiss all the cases against him as politically motivated, but the fact that he has now been, or the decree has gone out that he's now going to be jailed for 10 years for disclosing state secrets, this is extraordinary, and that puts him out of political power for the foreseeable future, whatever he may claim. This is the Cipher case, and it's I think it's a sad fall from grace and a sad state of affairs. I'm not completely convinced that any country should be taking its former leaders to court, no matter how appallingly they may behave. I think it reflects badly on the country as well as on the former head of state. And so I think this is something that America must bear in mind. It's something that other countries, like for example Russia, will have to bear in mind, and it's something that I suspect Britain must bear in mind. The attacks on Boris Johnson, they don't look good. And if we attack Boris Johnson, why do we not attack Liz Truss, who did significantly more damage to our economy and the health of our nation in such a short space of time? Was that willful? Yes, of course it was. It was intentional. Did she want to cause harm? No, she wanted to make her mark. But the same could be said for Boris Johnson. And the actual responsibility in a state of power is not necessarily with this is the issue between criminal responsibility and accepting responsibility. A head of state accepts responsibility because they're head of state. Whether this means they have criminal responsibility for what happens in their name, that's a much bigger question. And I think if we are in a position where we have allowed that criminal behaviour to happen, then I think that is the failure of the country. And we need to look more closely at how that happened and to ensure that doesn't happen again, rather than pursuing some sort of vendetta against the person who was previously in power. I remember being shown a road which had been built in Turkey and named after one of the presidents who had been executed, and Menderes. And it always struck me as rather sad, because the political clock, the pendulum swings back, and after that execution, people regret that happened. But it reflects on the country as well when the country takes its leaders to court.